Part 1. Problems in the Ark. We notice that when sunlight hits the body turns bright, but it throws a shadow, which is dark. The brighter the light, the darker the shadow. Each of us has some part of our personality that is hidden from us. Parents and teachers in general urge us to develop the light side of the personality, move into well-lit subjects such as mathematics and geometry, and to become successful. The dark part then becomes starved. What do we do then? We send out a crow. And this next part is a poem written by Bly. He says, "The dove returns. It found no resting place. It was in flight all night above the shaken seas. Beneath dark eaves, the dove shall magnify the tiger's bed. Give the dove peace. The split-tailed swallow leaves the sill at dawn. At dusk, blue swallows shall return. On the third day, the crow shall fly. The crow, the spider-colored crow. The crow shall find new mud to walk upon." The poem refers to the Noah story, though I drew the images from an earlier version composed by the Babylonians, in which 3 birds took part. The poem came 2 or 3 years after college, and it seems to say that if any help was going to arrive to lift me out of my misery, it would come from the dark side of my personality. I remember this as one of the first things I understood clearly for myself. I felt that it was true also in politics. That is, what we needed to help us in the nation was not someone like Adlai Stevenson, who was too much like a swallow, or Bertrand Russell, who had too much light in his personality. Even Eugene McCarthy, later on, who had a little more of the dark side, seemed to me a swallow, unable to find mud. Birds have become a problem for the United States. All we elect to the presidency are doves, or swallows, or white crows like Nixon. One afternoon, several years later, watching snow fall on some long grass, I felt the positive dark come in again. And here we have another poem. The grass is half covered with snow. It was the sort of snowfall that starts in late afternoon, and now the little houses of the grass are growing dark. If I reached my hands down near the earth, I could take handfuls of darkness. A darkness was always there, which we never noticed. As the snow grows heavier, the corn stalks fade farther away, and the barn moves nearer to the house. The barn moves all alone in the growing storm. The barn is full of corn and moving towards us now, like a hulk blown towards us in a storm at sea. All the sailors on deck have been blind for many years. Sometimes the first snow comes while the grass is still green, and if the grass is long, bends it over, making little houses underneath. The barn in our farm that year was empty of animals, but full of corn, sealed in a government program. And though the corn belonged to my father, it was a sort of treasure. The image, handfuls of darkness, does not by itself make this a shadow poem. The poem approaches the shadow at the end, as the writer gets more darkness than he bargained for. The ancient Chinese culture emphasizes the yin-yang symbol, which shows us that the white part of the personality and the black part of the personality united inside a circle. I wrote this poem one spring day. Oh, on an early morning, I think I shall live forever. I am wrapped in my joyful flesh, as the grass is wrapped in its clouds of green. Rising from a bed where I dreamt of long rides past castles and hot coals. The sun lies happily on my knees. I have suffered and survived the night, bathed in dark water like any blade of grass. The strong leaves of the box elder tree, plunging in the wind, call us to disappear into the wilds of the universe, where we shall sit at the foot of a plant and live forever like the dust.